Hey everybody, welcome back. Figured it's time to do another video, so that's what I'm going to do. Like I said in the old thumbnail thingy there, I got some finished builds, I got some group builds I'm going to do, and I got my next build I'm going to do. And we'll start off with some finished builds here. Mustang, let's move this thing out of the way here. The Mustang, you remember I was working on, I showed you videos, I got her done. It turned out pretty good. Tires are way too shiny. I didn't realize that till when I put the body on. That's just not realistic at all. I guess I could brush some clear, flat clear on them or something. But anyway, old Mustang kit, I never built this kit. It's been around for 100 years, like a lot of AMT stuff. Little road race car, turned out pretty good. Put the old orange stripes on it and the number, and I got the little, I would assume 289, 302, whatever in there. You know, it has a metal axle and everything, and I just used that in there, and I did a little paint detailing. So all that's molded in, the exhaust, well, everything. So I did a little detail painting, and we capped off the exhaust and put the race exhaust on there. So anyway, you know, no bumpers or anything. Interior, got a roll bar in there and a shifter and a little bit of detail, kind of like a flat black and a semi black. So it has a little bit of eyeball when you look in there. Fun little build, pretty quick. I like the color combo there. That isn't my original plan. But, you know, once you start building, you get little epiphany things or whatever you're called, and or ideas, and things change. So that we did that one. And then the next one I finished was this 36. This is the one my son bought me at the toy show, and dog hair. And it was started and stuff, so I had to sand it down and go through a few different colors if you remember my videos, but I finally got it looking good enough. The one I wanted to build and the way I wanted to build, I'm just going to wait until I get an unbuilt kit of this and try it with that. The hood fits pretty good, but you can see there's a little gap there and stuff. I put the old side pipes on it and the spotlights and fancy custom bumpers. I forget what they were off of. I should know what they were off of, but I don't. Off the top of my head. Not much on the chassis, just all black. A white engine motor, and I got the exhaust hooked up though, so that's pretty cool. They're capped off right now because we're not going anywhere. And this fits really tight, so I don't know if I can get this off or not. You guys might get to see me break it. That would be kind of cool. Live on camera. Breaking them all. Oh, there we go. I'll put that back on later. But the kit motor, and I put the air cleaners on the 3 carbs from the 53 Ford pickup. Yeah, I think they're AMT for that cool Hemi that's in that thing. Anyway, no wiring or nothing, just a little detail painting. And you can look in the interior there. Got a little hot rod magazine laying in the seat. Yeah, so I just left it gray plastic. I think I get better light this way. My studio needs a little overhauling. I did a little bit of gold in there, gold steering wheel, gold and a gray pleat, and the plastic is that color on the roof right there. And that's about it I did in there. It's hard to see in there anyway. Had to put door handles on it. And like I say, this was all I put together, so the fit and finish around here wasn't too great. And it was a pain getting this thing to come apart. I couldn't get the seat out of the interior. That's one reason I didn't paint it. Spray painting, I just did some brush paint and detail because, man, they had that glued in there really good. So when I get an unbuilt one, I'll build like that picture I showed you, that kind of a gray blue one with the black wheels and hubcaps. This one here I just finished. this is one, I see the Mustang was one I sprayed at the end of the summer. Like I showed you guys in that video, I spray 5 or 6 or 20 or whatever. This is the top comes off. This is another one that I painted for winter. And it's that monogram 37 Ford convertible, obviously. And I never built, well, no, I built the sedan thingy. One hood comes off too. That's good. But I never built the convertible. And this is kind of a newer street rod. And I was gonna change it all up, you know, white walls and 50s, early 60s look. But I've never really built a 90s looking hot rod, so I went with the goofy wheels that were really popular back in the day, and the interior, three-toned it, and built aluminum dash and steering wheel and all that, and the fancy air cleaners, and I used that chrome paint on everything, on top of the radiator, the alternator, air conditioning unit. I don't think either one of those was chrome. That electric box thing, whatever it is on the firewall, that was chrome. Some stuff was chrome, some wasn't. And then underneath I chromed the exhaust with that stuff. Man, you gotta be so careful with that you don't how do I hold this stupid thing? There's no top to hold. Let's go this way. I just did the running boards because I ran out of this color of paint. So the paint I used on the top was some Tamiya paint. I forget what it was called. And it's not close, but it turned out pretty good going along with this flat blue. Obviously, if I had known I was going this route with a 90s hot rod look, I'd have done a gloss paint job, but oh well. But anyway, I did the chrome, the exhaust and the chrome mufflers and front and rear suspension, and engine motor's kind of a bluish green color. And as you can see, I was running out of paint in the fender wells there, so if you look really close, they're kind of light. And if this would have been a 50 style build, I would have probably painted that, you know, brush painted it kind of a off-white or something. But anyway, you can see right there, probably not, if you touch this stuff, it just instantly smudges. But otherwise, it looks really, really good. I love that stuff. Thank you again, Dan the Man. No, that wasn't Dan the Man. Dan the Man gave me the other stuff. That was I'll think of his name in a minute. Anyway, pretty cool kit. Like I said, I built it before. It turned out pretty good. So anyway, that's all my builds that I finally got done that I just stocked up on. And then I'm going to do a couple group builds. Don't usually do those that much, but I've done... this is the new screw bottom group build that the kitchen table model guy, whatever the name of his channel is. I'm never prepared for this, never. I always think I am, but I'm not. Anyway, he's got a pretty cool channel, and he actually builds on his kitchen table. If you haven't seen any of his videos, you might have a hard time finding it because I don't know the exact name, but kitchen table modeling or something. But anyway, he's having a screw bottom group build where, you know, an old kit or a reissue kit that's got the screw bottom, he wants you to build something like that. So, and I just got this down like 3 days before I found out about it, because I was thinking about building this. I had it forever, and my nephew gave it to me. And I think, hey, this is perfect. And I'm thinking about doing this custom top thing. It's make a wagon, but I'm going to make it custom. You guys will see what my plans are when I'm done. It's kind of scary cutting up an old kit like this, but I got to cut the trunk out and put in a new. Well, here I'll show you guys. This is a neat old kit. It's been reissued, I do believe, but I do believe this is the original issue. No barcode, It was $2 back in the day, and it was what the heck? Yeah, it was $38.76, whatever that means. Really neat. They got Don Garlits on it for some reason, and man, I'd like to find some old cans of that. Anyway, we could talk about these old kits forever, and I wouldn't mind a bit. Anyway, yeah, it's got this here little custom back thingy here that you put in after you hack out the. I'm still getting used to using two hands on camera. Let's see here. Where are we at here? There you go. You got to hack out that, hack off the mounting holes for the interior tub, and put this in. And yeah, I might do it. Since this kit's been reissued, it's probably not worth $1,000 anymore. But it's kind of cool. It's got a little roof rack thingy there. But I'm doing that version there. I've been watching Kit Bash Customs a lot, and if you're not into customs, man, you watch him and he'll get you motivated to build a custom. So I'm just going to do a little mild thing with all that custom stuff, and it'll look kind of like well, it just shows the back of it there. I don't think there's a front shot. There's a front shot kind of like there of what it looks like with the fancy custom grill. It's got an asymmetrical bumper thing you're looking there, maybe, I don't know. Anyway, it just worked out good for the screw bottom build. And just so you can see here, this has 2 screw holes left in it, and for some reason the front, and I don't know if this is an original issue or like a, well, what year is this? 60 what? 5? I don't know if they have small boxes in 65 or not, so maybe they just, it's an original issue, but they just didn't do the screw bottom in the front, because there's no post there for it to screw in like on the back. But anyway, it's still going to be pretty cool. Engine motor's glued in, so I'll have to yank that out. Whoops, it comes apart really easy, except for the engine motor. But it's got all the goodies in there. It's got that back thing. Glass was all wrapped up nice. It's got some chrome stuff. It hasn't been built enough, so I think I can get in on the group build. The guy putting this on is really cool. Really neat guy. He just, he says he's old and grumpy, but I think it's just an act. He seems like a pretty nice guy. Anyway, well, here's a big old giant custom. How crazy is that? I might put a bar across that or something to break up that big old flat looking whatever. Anyway, this ought to be kind of fun. It worked out good. I'm glad. Because now I'm really motivated to build that. So anyway, so that's what I need a bigger desk, man. And then Sodak Model Cars, his channel. Again, unprepared. I remember his channel, but I don't remember his name. I give up on names. I'm just going to say that guy. Anyway, he's having the naked group build again, which is, you know, no paint or nothing. So I'm going to do this because it's not white, so that'll be kind of cool. I got this from my nephew too. Got a lot of models from my nephew and my sister and my son and my daughter. Anyway, it's still in the bag, but I thought this would be cool because it's molded in blue, and it probably has some swirly marble looking stuff in like that right there. Yeah, and you polish this out, that'll show up. But anyway, that's still a good polish. Ooh, there's a big one there. But anyway, at least it won't be a white model, but you know, but unfortunately it's all blue. So we're allowed to use a chrome pen so I can highlight a few things to kind of break things up a little bit. I don't think he wants us to like paint the whole body with the chrome pen, but maybe we could. I don't know. That would be interesting because you can never pick it up. Oh, there's a big goober there. I have to sand that off. Anyway, that should be a fun build. This kit here, my all-time favorite car. I used to own one of these, 70 SS. 396 4-speed car back in 75, 6, 7, somewhere around there. So I love these cars. I built probably 7 or 8 of these. Monogram and the AMT 72, and until AMT reissued the 70. That might have been a new tool, I don't know. And then I built a couple of those because I built a lot of hot rods, but I love that kit. And I like the AMT one better. Real quick here, it looks a little bulky in the front to me. Maybe it's just because this is the old 125th scale or 124 scale. I think this was back when this came out. I don't see it anywhere on the box there. Yeah, 124 scale. So maybe that's what makes it look a little bit front heavy. But I like the proportions on the AMT one a lot better. But it didn't stop me from building it. When this kit first came out back in, oh man, early 80s I guess it was. I was working at Shucks Auto Supply, and I went right down to the hobby shop in Coeur d'Alene and ordered it right away so I could get that sucker. I'll have to show it to you someday. It's up in the case up there. Anyway, so that's what all going on. And then what I'm working on now is this bad boy here. Thanks to Jimmy and Kit Bash Customs. I started this a long time ago. Well, back when you could get them for $24.99 at Hobby Lobby. Plus, this was probably either, I don't see a clearance tag, so it must have been a 40% off deal because I don't pay that. Anyway, and I was customizing it, and then I put it away. It's in my little garage diorama thing. So I want to get this out because I'm kind of in the mood. So this is what I was doing to it. And I just have the wheels set up in there. It's not going to be quite that low. And the door, you know, it does shut all the way. I don't know, decide if I'm going to hinge the doors or not. That there was still showing, so I scuffed on that a little bit. And I put little, oh, see the back of those came off. I put new little front headlight things. I think those are from maybe the 57 Chevy Custom from back in the day. I don't know. It's got a big giant front grille thing surround on it. Got the side pipe thingies on it, which is kind of cool. Haven't decided on the wheels yet. My plan was that, only probably without the crown. And as you can see, I ground off the front half of the chrome molding there because I was looking at that going up over that would be a pain to bare metal foil. I mean, you can do it obviously, but I didn't want to. But I like how the wheels body color with the little moon hubcap. So that's kind of what I was going for. And the purple, I have some purple that's really close to that. But the problem I have with the metallics is when you paint all the parts separate. I've mentioned this before. When you paint all the parts separate, if you get too much paint on one of them that's darker or lighter than the rest of it. And I got burned on that once. So now, if it's not a whole one-piece body, and I always tape the hood on my holder right next to it so I can get it all even color. I don't like painting the metallics. But this has to be because it's a custom. So I might just have the doors propped open a little bit so I can get the edge, and the edge is in there maybe. But then the door jambs, the door panels, you glue them on, and then you have to mask it off, but the jamb there should be body color. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do. I mean, you know, it can be done. You guys probably have all kinds of ideas. So I don't know how I'm going to do it. It would look good with white jambs and white fender wells. So that might be an option. So we'll figure it out. Because the color I'm thinking while we're while we're wasting time here. And again, I got to use this Tamiya crap. I never know if it works or not. It's not Tamiya's fault. I think Sean just got a bad batch or something, and that's why he got it so cheap on eBay. This one's still sealed, so that might work pretty good. But both, you know, so that one there's really close, so I might go with that one. And this is full. I don't think it's been used. Anyway, so I think I look pretty cool. That's got black interior. I'll probably go white. These are the coolest bucket seats ever for a custom. You put them in the front and the back. It's got this really long, cool console thing, and it's got a little pleat thing that goes right there. I don't know where it is. It must be in the box. And the dash is pretty much stock, but you can paint it, detail it pretty good. Here's are the wheels and tires that go with it. Hate to cover up that nice detail with the baby moon, but you gotta do what you gotta do. These are the slicks that come with it. These are like in their AMT parts packs, even in their little skinny front tires to make that drag car. It's got those wheels with it, so that's gonna be cool. Here's the engine motor. Not much to see. I just got the super glue drying on the seams so I can get rid of the seams. So anyway, that's what I'm gonna do. Thanks to Jimmy, if he's watching this, I appreciate it. He molded me because I really don't like customs. That's why I put this away for so long, because I mean, you can sand and sand and sand, and then you still see a line, a hole, a crack. There's some in there. I tried sanding and sanding and sanding right along the top there, but if you put a whole bunch of paint on it, hopefully I won't see it. Tell me what you guys think. I'm thinking gold undercoat for that, because that is a lavender. It doesn't say pearl or anything, but I assume that's a pearl. I don't know, but I was thinking like gold or silver undercoat for that. I did a couple what were those, 49 Fords I messed around doing customs with, and I think I used some of that old Boyd's paint that he had, metallic and pearl, and it turned out pretty good. So that's what I'm gonna do there. And then I haven't forgot about my son. He's like looking down there at the floor. I did get the floor pan kind of in. I took a bunch of pictures of his car. So what I did is I cut the fenders off of this so it can sit in the body. And the seat's just going to sit in there, and I'll make a floor, and we'll see how that goes. And I found a front end and a rear end for it. Let me show you. I stole this off that. It was an extra front end in that 37 Chevy convertible I just showed you from the other. This was for the other build, or the other style kit. So I'm just going to steal that with the wishbone and the stock rear end. So that's going to be fun. I can get all that put together and get it all painted, and then just worry about the body in the spring or a warmer day, because I don't want to take a chance with that. It's scary. Anyway, that's where I'm at. Lots of cool stuff going on. So until next time, I better get out of here and get some building done, because I got lots to do. Anyway, check out those group builds, the naked group build and the screw bottom group build, and let's build some models and have some fun. Thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate it. And everybody take care, and we'll talk at you later. Bye. I always forget what button to